Hello, welcome to Nightmare Flicks. I am Nate. You are you. It has been quite some time since we had a real good Halloween Kills update, and that has changed because we got two things to talk about here today. One, we have a new image from the film, one that I think we can really dive into, break down, and discuss. And then also director David Gordon Green came out with some pretty telling remarks that really tell us how Halloween Kills is going to factor into this new trilogy of films that he has given us. And it's really got me excited and kind of changing my tone about the prospects of Halloween Kills. But first, let's break down the image. So here you go. This is the newest image from Halloween Kills. What do you think? Because I am pumped. This looks so true to John Carpenter's 1978 Halloween with the framing, the camera angle, the way Michael is just basked in the shadows. He always does his best operating in darkness. That's where he looks the best, especially when complemented with this lovely blue lighting. That looks like it's straight out of the 1978 film. They love doing homages to the original film and all the other ones within the franchise, and this kind of feels like that. It just feels so true and spot on. As a Halloween fanboy, you gotta love the look and the atmosphere of this scene. Then Michael himself. We saw the trailer that, that mask has got some char on it. Here they're kind of hiding it in darkness. I guess trying to maybe keep it a secret, like a reveal for those that missed the trailer. I think word's going to get out if it hasn't already, but hey, it doesn't matter because like I said, Michael looks amazing. Then also I think we can read into how he maybe got out of that fiery basement because you look at him and you see some tarnish there on the fabric. You see maybe some ash marks, stuff like that. He looks a little slick, like maybe he was hosed down. So we saw in the one little snippet that as Laurie and them fled on the truck, that help was going in the opposite direction towards the burning down house, and she's screaming no and all that. So that leads me to believe that yes, firefighters got there in time to put the fire out and save Michael, much to the chagrin of all of Haddonfield. Now, don't picture them like hosing him down directly or anything. I see them maybe doing like the entire house and the water seeping down through the floorboards onto Michael, or maybe they go to put out the basement. They don't realize who's down there or what's going on, and they inadvertently help him out, and then Michael just goes on in grisly fashion, murders off all these firefighters. That's our inciting incident. That's our like hook, grab you and pull you into this movie opening sequence. Sounds freaking awesome to me. I would be there for it. So what do you think about the way Michael Myers looks here in this image? I think he looks great. I think he looks very classic and modern at the same time, and it's got me very excited. Like I said, I love everything about the way this shot is set up. It kind of feels like if you were transported in this, you could go down those steps and maybe find poor old Bob hanging on a wall, long knife inserted in his chest. That's how true to 1978 it feels. But is this the Myers house? Guys, I think this might be the Myers house. There's a lot of chatter going on in the Halloween community right now that this may be an image of Michael standing in his childhood home. We know that they love to do this in the Halloween franchise. We know these filmmakers and this creative team, they love staying true to the fans. And so a lot of the fans are clamoring for this. Get Michael back home. It would kind of make sense that he would end up there. That's his comfort zone, if you want to say that. That's what he knows best in Haddonfield. And so if he had to go lick his wounds or whatever, or just pull himself together, that's where he would go. So it makes sense. Now, a lot of people are like, oh no, but that little window back there, that doesn't seem like the Myers home. I don't recall that. Would that have been there? Doesn't quite look right. I don't know about this architecture. Look, I don't know. Maybe it isn't, but that's not enough for me to say that this is not the Myers house. Maybe it's me wanting to believe it is, but I think it is. And you have to think, man, that was 40 years ago. We know in 1978, the house was up for sale. So conceivably, the house was sold at some point. It's probably changed hands multiple times in the last 40-something years. It's undergone a bunch of renovations and facelifts. So it is still very well in play that this could be the Myers house. What do you think? Director David Gordon Green came out and said, it's one thing to be afraid of the boogeyman, to have someone who might be in the closet, under the bed, creeping around your house. But what we wanted to explore next was confusion, misinformation, and paranoia. What happens when fear goes viral? You can't just stick your head under the covers anymore. When we made the last one, we wanted to find a way for someone who's never seen the original to get up to speed with the story. But this one gets right into the action. It's very aggressive, it's more efficient. We wanted it to be an explosive middle before things get streamlined and personal again. So that right there has me pumped. First off, of course, what's going on right now in the country. If you want to see misinformation, paranoia, and a bunch of just hysterics and really awful stuff, if that's the type of fear you want, David Gordon Green, man, hey, maybe just turn on CNN, unfortunately. But hey, I love that they are taking this direction. It really makes sense when you think about that little trailer we got with all the pandemonium outside of the hospital, that giant mob and crowd. I think it's really cool that they're doing that, and it feels so big that for once the entire community really is reacting to Michael Myers. We really only saw that in Halloween 4 with that little like redneck group that goes out and tries to hunt him down. And it also kind of plays into why Michael Myers matters, because they kind of pose that question in the first film when the stoner kid is walking to school and he's like, who cares? 4 years ago, a guy stabbed some people. How does that factor into today? Why do we still care so much? This is showing you why the community at large still cares about the boogeyman and how he has crept into everybody's subconscious and why he is to be feared. And all this stuff, all this chaos and havoc that is going to be wreaked by Michael, that it is going to be felt by the masses. We've been promised quite the body count in this thing, and at first when they were like, hey, this sequel is gonna be bigger, meaner, badder, I was like, I don't know, I don't want this just to be mean-spirited and about gore. I want a good story. But I keep hearing all this stuff about all the emotion that's gonna factor in. I think we're gonna get some really poignant moments. I think we're gonna have some real losses. We're gonna lose some people. That's gonna hit us in the hearts, and it seems like it's gonna be carried out very, very well. So where I'm really changing my tone. Like I said, I used to have some anxiety and nervousness about this film. I thought they might lose it with the tone, and it might just be out to have some meat here in the middle, just some filler until they could get to Halloween Ends. And now I'm wrong. I hear this stuff from David Gordon Green. I hear these themes, and I hear what they're setting up, what they're going for here, and how much entertainment and, like he says, efficient action is going to be in this thing. And I'm like, maybe this one, maybe Halloween Kills, it will be the best in this series. Maybe this will be the Empire Strikes Back of things. Maybe this will be like the showdown and the Two Towers, like if you want to draw parallels to Lord of the Rings, and Halloween Ends would be like the Return of the King, to where, maybe it's great, it has its high points and moments, but maybe it's not the most satisfactory point in the franchise. I think that that's what Halloween Kills could be out of these three films. This may be the high note now. That's what I'm saying after everything I've heard from David Gordon Green. I'm so pumped. I love the way he's phrasing all this. It really seems like it's going to be a nasty, action-packed thriller that still has a great story and emotion, and it just raises all of the stakes and it's gonna get everybody invested. Because he's right, you had to kind of bring in all the fans. This thing was a massive hit in 2018. People who I'm friends with that aren't even horror fans, that don't know Halloween from Friday the 13th, they went and saw this thing. It killed it at the box office. So of course you had to bring people up to date. That stuff is done. So now we can just get down to business, skip faux play. That is what they are doing with Halloween Kills, and I could not be more excited for it. So how do you feel about it? No spoilers. If you do that, I will delete your comment. Don't got time for that. I'm not one of those guys. I don't want spoilers, because if you actually love Halloween, why on earth would you want to know what they're going to do right before you go in to watch it? I want to be blown away. I want my hair blown back. I want to be at David Gordon Green's mercy when I watch this thing. So give me the puff pieces. Keep giving me good quotes. Get me psyched up, but don't hand me everything. If you do that in my comment section, you will get deleted. But there you go, guys. What do you think about the new image and the David Gordon Green quote? How do you feel about Halloween Kills at large? Are you excited? Like I said, be sure to subscribe, because I'm going to be doing a most anticipated movies of 2021 list soon, and I will have more to say about Halloween Kills there. But other than that, you have a fantastic day. I am Nate for Nate Flicks saying that's a wrap.